You're listening to the Computer Repair Academy podcast, a show that's your go-to podcast for easy tech fixes, pro tricks, computer repair tips, and everything you need to keep your computer running smoothly. So if you're ready to upgrade your tech game, then let's dive in. Hey everyone, and welcome back to the Computer Repair Academy podcast. I'm your host, Jay, and today we're tackling a topic that's relevant to just about every computer user out there: computer viruses and malware. Whether you've been the victim of a virus in the past, or you just want to make sure your PC stays clean and secure, this episode is for you. We'll break down how to remove a virus if your system is infected, how to protect your PC from future threats, and share some tips on avoiding common viral pitfalls. So grab your beverage of choice, and let's dive into the world of virus removal and protection. Let's start by understanding what a computer virus really is. A virus is malicious software or code that spreads by attaching itself to files, posing as legit programs, and its goal is to infect as much as possible. Very much like how a real-life virus spreads from person to person, viruses can wreak havoc on your system. They can slow down your PC, steal your data, or even hold your data for ransom by locking you out entirely. There are many different types of viruses and malware, such as Trojans, which disguise themselves as legitimate software, and ransomware, which encrypts your files and demands payment. Then there's spyware, which monitors your computer activity, and adware, which bombards you with unwanted ads with the hopes you'll click an ad and get infected. Even though the term virus is often used as a catch-all, the proper term for most infections we see today is malware. Essentially, any malicious software is considered malware, but whatever you call it, it's still something you want to avoid. Now, how do you know if your computer has a virus? Well, there are a few telltale signs. Sluggish performance. If your PC has slowed to a crawl and there's no other explanation, it could be due to a virus hogging your resources. Frequent crashes or pop-ups, random error messages or programs closing unexpectedly are red flags. Unwanted ads or toolbars. If your browser suddenly has extra toolbars or pop-ups, you might have an adware infection. Missing or changed files. Some malware can delete or move your files around. Unusual network activity. If your internet is slow or you notice strange spikes in data usage, a virus might be secretly downloading or uploading data. If you notice any of these symptoms, it's time to take action before things get worse. Alright, so your computer has a virus. Don't panic. Here's a few things we can do to identify and remove the virus to get your PC back to normal. First, reboot your computer into safe mode with networking. Safe mode is a diagnostic mode that loads only the essential drivers and programs, generally preventing the virus from running. On Windows, you can do this by holding down the Shift key while restarting your computer and navigating the startup options and choosing safe mode with networking. Next, let's run a full system scan using your antivirus or malware protection software. If you don't have an antivirus program installed, I highly recommend free tools like Malwarebytes or Bitdefender. These programs can identify and quarantine the virus, preventing further damage. On a side note, we'll have videos covering a lot of these same softwares on our Computer Repair Academy YouTube channel, so be sure to check it out sometime. Now, once you've identified the virus, let's use a dedicated malware removal tool. Malwarebytes, ADW Cleaner, which is actually also made by Malwarebytes and Hitman Pro, are great for cleaning out deeper infections that most traditional antivirus programs might miss. Let the tool scan your entire system fully and follow its recommendations for quarantine or removal. Don't be alarmed if the scans take some time. Also, don't forget to clean up your web browsers if you suspect adware or malware is lurking there. Go into your browser's settings and clear your cache, history, and cookies. Some browsers offer a factory reset of sorts that will default all of the browser's settings. Also check the browser extensions that are installed and remove or disable any unwanted extensions. This can help remove any unwanted pop-ups or redirect issues. Be sure to do this for all of your web browsers on your PC. One cool little browser extension to take a peek at is Malwarebytes Browser Guard. It's free, available for most popular web browsers, and it can help protect your system while cruising on the internet. Finally, check what programs are running at startup. using the Task Manager in Windows or Activity Monitor on Mac OS. Disable any suspicious programs you don't recognize. Some viruses try to start automatically, so removing or disabling them from the startup list is crucial. Do a little internet research if you're unsure about an item in the startup. After removing the virus issues, reboot your machine and be sure to run another scan to ensure your system is completely clean. Now that your system is clean, let's talk about prevention or protection. Here's how to help protect your computer from future viruses and malware. First, always have an active and up-to-date antivirus software running. Programs like Bitdefender Plus, Malwarebytes Premium, or Sophos Home are all excellent choices, and they provide real-time protection to stop threats before they can infect your system. Free options like Avast, Avira, AVG, and even Windows Defender are great as a baseline, but paid options often come with more comprehensive automatic protection. But don't rely solely on antivirus software. Use a tool like Malwarebytes, or even Super Anti-Spyware regularly to catch any malware that might slip through the cracks. Make it a habit to scan your system often. Viruses often exploit vulnerabilities in outdated softwares. That's why it's essential to keep your operating system, browsers, and applications updated. Turn on automatic updates for Windows or Mac OS, and regularly check for updates to programs like your web browser, which is a common target for hackers. One really cool and free program to update your apps is a tool called Patch My PC. It allows you to update a bunch of your installed apps quickly. Another tip is to always be cautious when browsing the web. Avoid clicking on shady links or downloading attachments from unknown sources. And stay away from those too-good-to-be-true free download sites unless you enjoy malware mixed in with your software. If you're ever unsure about a file or link, use online scanners like virustotal.com to check if it's safe before downloading or opening it. Alright, to keep your PC virus-free in the long run, here are some best practices to follow. Firstly, back up your data regularly. Make sure to back up your data regularly, either to an external drive or to cloud storage. In case of a ransomware attack, you'll still have access to your files that were backed up. Tools like Google Drive, Dropbox, or OneDrive are excellent free cloud storages for keeping your files safe and accessible. Secondly, use strong passwords. One of the easiest ways for hackers to gain access to your system or accounts is through weak passwords. Use strong, unique passwords for all your accounts, and consider using a password manager like LastPass or Bitwarden to keep track of them securely. No more password 123. Lastly, educate yourself often. Stay informed about the latest threats. New viruses, malware, and online scams are being created all the time, and being aware of them can help you avoid infection. Don't assume it can't happen to you. Even the most tech-savvy people fall victim to viruses and online scams, so always stay vigilant. Well, that's it for today's episode on virus removal and protection. Let's do a quick recap on what we covered. Spotting the signs of a virus infection. Remember, slow performance, pop-ups, and unwanted ads can be viral red flags. Remove viruses by running a scan in safe mode and using malware removal tools. Protect your system by installing antivirus software, using firewalls, and practicing safe browsing habits on top of using proper passwords. Back up your data, automate those backups, use cloud storage, and stay informed about the latest tech threats. I hope today's episode gave you the tools you need to keep your PC safe and secure. If you have any questions or want to share your own virus removal stories, reach out on social media or shoot us an email. And if you've enjoyed this episode, be sure to subscribe to the Computer Repair Academy podcast for more tech tips and tricks. Thanks again for tuning in to the Computer Repair Academy podcast. Until next time, keep those PCs running smoothly.